to a brand new episode of Talk of the Terraces. As you will know, we have been away for nearly 2 years, but we are now back, fully fit and with a point to prove. Of course, I could not do this on my own. I am joined by my dear friend and co-presenter. He is the Lennon to my McCartney, the fish to my chips, and the sweat to my bollocks. It is Tom.
I am the sweat. I am the shoehorn that you have to get your bollocks off your leg because it's so hot.
It's so hot, yeah. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, we should explain that it's not really artistic differences. We're not like Oasis or anything like that of why we haven't done this or why we've been away. We've just literally been busy buying houses and jobs.
We're certainly not coming back because we've been offered some big money.
No, not at all. No. There is no big money. No, but or any lucrative advertising. But it's good to be back.
It is back, and we had Talk of the Terraces was our first podcast.
Yes,
and then we ventured out, expanding the weird news section, didn't we, of the Talk of the Terraces podcast, which I'm glad to say is making a comeback at the end of the show.
We've always got to have weird news.
We've always got to have weird news, yeah.
There's always weird news, and we've always got to be the soundboard to basically tell the world about it.
Exactly, yeah. So it's kind of like we're 2/3 football. Well, no, probably about a third football, isn't it?
But thereabouts now, yeah.
A third kind of just weird ramblings, and then a third weird news.
That's it, yeah.
That's the secret formula.
That's the formula everybody loves, and putting Premiership in your episode title. Yeah, I think that's a bit running formula.
Exactly. Well, our last episode was August 22 when we did the Premier League predictions.
Yes.
For the 22-23 season, and we have got episodes which kind of predate that final episode by about 2 years. However, that is our most downloaded episode, and it is our most recent one apart from this one. So yeah, we're a little bit of a refocus, a little bit of a marketing strategy, you know.
My God, Miss Jones.
We're back, and we're going to go back to our monthly podcasts, and guessing a monthly review of the month that's gone before.
Yeah. So this could be like end of season review, of course, like with what's been happening in football and stuff. Then we could possibly have like a mid-Euros one or something. It'd probably be mid-Euros by then. Yeah.
Well, so the Euros start in just over a month, I think.
They are, yeah. You excited?
I think I was always kind of excited, and then the Euros when we lost in the final, and then the World Cup, it's kind of drained me. Of international energy.
Yeah, it just had too much of it, too much gone wrong.
Exactly, yeah. Lots of lows, and then so close to highs. And then, it's kind of just taken the wind out of my sails a little bit for international football, so...
Yeah, I get where you're coming from that one. I mean, he's announcing, actually today, the day that we're recording, the 21st, he's actually announcing the team sheet.
The provisional squad or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. So, there'll be people looking over that one, and if Rashford's in that squad, I will not follow it.
Yeah, exactly. I will not be watching it. It might be one of those where he gets in the initial squad and then he's chucked out, I think, after the 2 friendlies. They cut it down, they trim it down a little bit.
Southgate doesn't really go on who's in form. It's kind of who was informed 5 years ago who he'll pick.
He's got his safe bets, hasn't he?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
So well, that'll be interesting. Yeah, so we'll probably come back with the Euros one in between the end of this season and the start of next season.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back into the full swing, won't we, with our Premier League predictions and then our monthly reviews, I'm guessing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So we're...
Aren't you lot lucky?
You are very lucky, yeah. And thanks to Paul and my dad for listening, the 2 downloads for this month.
Yeah, thanks very much. International coverage that we've got in the US.
Exactly, we're over the pond, aren't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right then, so shall we make a start on this review of the 23-24 season?
Let's make a start, yeah.
Let's make a start. So I kind of first thought we'll kind of do a bit of an overview, but also kind of look at the top end of the table.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing for you at the top end of the table, no surprises as to the champion and no surprises to the top 3.
Yeah, compared to the start of the season, I thought we would get 4th. I was hoping for 4th.
Yeah.
Us being Liverpool, because I'm a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
If you haven't listened to Liverpool. I was hoping we'd get 4th. But it was one of them things where we nearly got third. First.
Yeah.
And it was so close, and then everything else just seems like a disappointment. But no, third place is still great. Not surprised that 115 FC have got the top spot. Like the meme that I sent to you of Super Hands, the secret ingredient is crime.
Yeah.
I think that sums it up pretty much.
Yeah.
Only surprise is really of how some have fallen off, like Chelsea. I expected a lot better from them.
Yeah. Such a poor start to the season, wasn't it, for them?
Yes, yeah, and they were backtracking everything. Like recently, like the last 6 games or so, I think they were unbeaten.
Yeah.
Won every single game.
Yeah.
Which is kind of might be the squad finally gelling together or something, or the fact he's not playing Mubarak. But yeah, it could be something like that. But it's been interesting. It's been an interesting season. What have you felt about it?
I mean, it's been an interesting season for the number of goals. I think it's broken all records, hasn't it, for record-breaking number of goals in a season.
It has, yeah.
I think it even beat the previous record, which was when there was 24 teams or 22 teams in the Premier League.
Yeah.
It's absolutely smashed kind of all those records with goals, number of goals, average goals per game, all that kind of stuff.
What do you think that's down to? Really poor defences or really good strikers?
I think...
Or Haaland?
You've got Haaland, who's obviously top goal scorer again. Mm-hmm. I think you've got the bottom 3, in particular Sheffield United, have been pretty poor in terms of leaking goals.
Yes.
Something I was reading the other day, and I thought, of course that's a reason, is that we have 10 minutes of added time every game now.
Yeah, true.
So there's just like an extra 10 minutes to every game, so of course you're going to increase the goal count.
Yeah, and lots more are being like counted because of VAR and stuff. So yeah.
Exactly, yeah. I think you've also this season got the highest success rate from the penalty spot as well.
Yes, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So yeah, it's had all the ingredients to be a record-breaking season for number of goals, I think.
Yeah.
Something else I was reading actually, they've seen 62 wins from a losing position.
Yeah, I think most of them are Liverpool.
Yeah, exactly. 6.8% of matches were won from a losing position.
Yeah, it was like literally they'd score first. We're like, well, and then just go
give them a head start. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, lull them in false sense of pretenses or something. What was it called?
Yeah. Well, one thing I did read, and this is might be a bit of a bad stat for you in Liverpool.
Go on.
Is that obviously I know kind of you were right in the title race, pretty much kind of up to when Jurgen announced he'd be leaving.
Yes.
So I don't know if that's had an effect on the team and the players. Kind of that January-February point in time. But the stat is that Liverpool spent the most days at the top of the league.
Oh my God, that's terrible. Yeah, I can well imagine it.
Yeah. By quite some distance as well. 11 days against joint second place, which was Arsenal and City.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 sides to it. Like this, yeah, we won the Carling Cup after that one, but after that we completely dropped off after the announcement and stuff.
Yeah. I
didn't at the time think it was a good idea to be announcing.
Yeah.
I think it could have been done possibly last season, and he say, "This is my last season before you even start" or something.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be off because all that happens is you've got a world-class manager, and players will start thinking about their own future.
Yeah.
Like thinking the whole backroom staff's gone.
Yeah.
All the management's gone. We don't know this Dutch bloke. He looks like Phil Mitchell that's coming in. So yeah, there'll be a lot of uncertainty, and people and players might have never say they weren't focused, but might have had one eye on the future instead of completely focused on the season.
Yeah. I mean, was it a case of the news was going to be broken to the media, or the media were going to break it, and Klopp had to kind of get in there first? Possibly,
yeah. It could have been the case. I think it was announced in November to the team, I think.
Okay, so then it's
Or
kind
was
of...
it? No. Or did he announce it just before it? I think it could have been. It could have been that it broke and someone got wind of it or something. Or some estate agent was like, why is he moving to Germany?
Yes, someone's he put his house up for sale.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Some lucky estate agent.
Two together, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure on that one.
Yeah, it was a bit of a strange thing for Liverpool because you must have been kind of at the top of the league at that point in time to spend that many days at the top. But yeah, it kind of all fell apart over a month, didn't it? Like you say, you won the League Cup and then you kind of slipped away out the title race. You got knocked out of the Europa League and
knocked out the FA Cup.
And knocked out the FA Cup was all within a kind of a month period, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just a really bad April.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then May was all right again. Just April was just horrendous. Lost so much traction.
Exactly, yeah. And I think you ended up finishing 9 points off the top of the league.
Yeah.
What is your kind of view on Arsenal then? So another close finish for them.
It did. I think I would have liked to seen them win it, just because of Man City just dominating it over the last few years and stuff. Just an interesting affair. I like Arteta and stuff. I would have liked to seen them win it. It was funny that they did have the stand there ready to go to be built if they did win it, and then it was someone put it on eBay straight after the match. Never used.
It's the old like when a team's in a cup final, isn't it? And they have the bus ready in a kind of a locker somewhere, and you never get to use it because they lose in the final. No,
it has to be done because they need to plan these things weeks in advance and stuff, so you have to have something ready. I think Arsenal. I don't know how they'll do next season. I think it'll be an interesting one for a lot of teams next season. It's just going to continue to be in City until something's done.
Yeah, well, this is the thing, isn't it? I think every season you need to sign 3 players who you kind of want to be putting into your first team. So Arsenal are going to have to strengthen.
Yes.
I mean, you look at it, I was looking back at the previous season, they finished second by 5 points. This season by 2 points. In fact, their points total this year would have been the same as City's last year for winning the league. So,
oh right, really? Oh.
So they've shown progress, and I'm guessing a lot of that progress is Declan Rice.
Yes, definitely.
Who's just been given the freedom, hasn't he? He's just excelled at that level for Arsenal.
Yeah, they've pushed him more towards the right, haven't they?
Yeah.
Rather than just being a central midfielder.
That sitting midfielder, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just opened him up completely.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, obviously we'll do an episode on Premier League predictions, but do you see this kind of the coming years are going to be continued dominance from City?
Absolutely, yeah. Can't see any change unless the financial irregularities come in and they're playing in the Manchester Pub League. I can't really see anything changing. I mean, Pep has kind of hinted that he's inclined to go after this season.
Yeah.
But all I'll say is money talks.
Exactly, yeah, because I think City are on course for back-to-back doubles, which will be domestic doubles, which will be the first time, will it?
Yes, I think so, yeah.
Which is quite astonishing considering the Liverpool dominance of the 70s and 80s and United dominance of the 90s and noughties.
Yeah, true. I mean, like, they have got to play United, but given... I don't know. I can't bring myself to say I'd like United to win, so I'm just going to ignore that match.
I was going to say, might that be the one occasion where you actually think, hold on, I wouldn't mind them doing too well.
Yeah, I'll say it on the behalf. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
yeah, because I was looking at City. Is it 6 titles? Obviously 4 in a row. Multiple FA Cups, League Cups in recent years, Champions League. Obviously, if before this decade is out, if they kind of bag another 3 or 4 titles, another Champions League, let's say, and dot around with the FA Cups and League Cups, it is kind of equal dominance to what Liverpool and Man United have had, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah, and yeah, it's very much like City fans will say it all day that the history makers and all that kind of stuff, but.
It's a strange one, isn't it? Because if you think about Liverpool in the 70s and 80s, obviously they had, kind of the odd kind of homegrown talent, but a lot of their big players were kind of signed from other clubs.
Yes, yeah.
Similar to Man United, you know.
Yeah, they had a policy of going after decent players in lower teams
Yes.
lower than them.
Right.
John Barnes played for Watford, that kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, and that's what United used to do, like with Cantona playing for Leeds, I think it was, wasn't it?
Cantona and your Keanes and your Bruces and your Irwins and all that type of thing.
Yeah, and bring them all together, those decent players, into one team and one angry manager. So yeah,
exactly, the fear factor. Yeah,
Yeah.
Where City have kind of done it, where they just basically go, right, who's the best player? We're signing them.
It's basically Football Manager with the cheat codes in back in the day.
Yeah,
where you just get it out however much money you want to spend and stuff. I used to love that.
Yeah, they've renamed a player God.
Yeah,
and they've got 999 million in the bank.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
yeah. Or whatever it used to be. Yeah,
yeah, something like that, wasn't it? Yeah, yeah. I used to love that. I used to build. I think I built Crew 120,000 seat stadium once.
Exactly. If you're going to do that, do it with like Crew.
Yeah.
League 2, yeah, and get them to like winning the treble within 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other kind of highlights? Teams that have probably have had a positive season. I mean, I'm thinking kind of Brighton.
Yeah.
They've had an okay season, mid-table. Bournemouth finished 12th.
Yeah, Newcastle, I've done good in parts. I've still got a lot of question marks over their defence. And that, other teams, yeah, there's some, like, the relegation surprised me. Like, you rarely see all three that's come up go straight back down again. Usually one will break through and have a really good spell. Fulham have done quite well as well. They're noticeable.
Fulham have done really well, yeah.
Yeah, there's got some players like Jimenez and stuff. It was really good players. So yeah, there's some notable ones to some standouts.
Exactly, yeah. I think teams have kind of, like you say, Fulham, Wolves. What about Everton? Have they had a good season considering the points deduction? Do you think?
I think they have. I think they've done well to survive given the points deductions and stuff. They did win the We Beat Liverpool Cup in April and stuff, so
right,
yeah. So they'll be having their bus parade, no doubt, very soon.
Yeah.
But I think they've done all right. I think they've got some good talent, and the fact that they're moving into a new stadium soon always looks good.
And is that all kind of ready to go for the new season? Is it?
I don't think it is. I think it's going to be a month or two in.
Oh, is it? So they're going to have to... Is it where they'll play like 6 away games in a row to start the season or something?
Possibly, like we had to do with the new stand and stuff, yeah. I think... I might be wrong on that one, but I don't think they can go in straight away.
Right, yeah. These things always kind of take longer than expected, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. And it is needed because that stadium is a shed by the looks of it. I've only ever seen it from the outside and stuff.
I went to Goodison when Crewe played in the FA Cup, and this is going back 10, 15 years ago. It's when they had Ginola and Gascoigne playing for them.
Oh God, right.
At the back end of their career. I think Gaz had come on as a sub.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was kind of even used to watching Crewe at Gresty Road every weekend. I was surprised how bad the away end was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's not. It looks grotty. It's not had any investment and stuff. And it's the same with United's ground. Got the fourth highest waterfall in England, haven't they? Yeah, exactly.
Apparently it's official. Yeah. Which is some stat, isn't it? Old Trafford's got the fourth highest waterfall in England.
It is. It's bad though. It's so bad.
It's terrible. It's really. I'm sure we'll talk about it more throughout the season, but it really is a fall of a giant, isn't it?
It is, but they've had no money. They've had no investment from the Glazers and stuff.
No.
Years upon years of just neglect and just letting it rot and not investing and just taking money out of the club and stuff. So
yeah, saying that though, there was some stat the other day. Obviously, Guardiola come out and someone had said like, the only reason you won so many Premier Leagues is because you've spent all this money. And he said, well, in that case, United would have won more Premierships. Arsenal, I think he said someone else. But basically, United have spent the most money over the last 5 seasons by quite a distance. Yeah,
they have spent a lot, and Chelsea have spent an awful lot as well.
Yeah, well, I think Chelsea was second, but United's total was getting close to double what Chelsea's was, I think.
Yeah, I think City do it on wage bills more than anything.
Yeah.
their wages are astronomical. If even someone who'd sit on the bench all season is on like 300 or something.
Yeah, isn't their average wage close to 300 grand a week or something?
Yes, yeah. So you're always going to be able to pull the greatest talent in Europe with offering a wage bill like that.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
I think all in all, no surprises at the top. But
No.
it has been an exciting season.
Yes, yeah, I think it has, yeah.
What's your view on the VAR kind of thing? Obviously, Liverpool got shafted against Spurs towards the start of the season.
Yeah, that was horrendous. Yeah, I think, like a lot of people are calling for it to be scrapped. I think it just needs reforming.
Yes.
Taking away temporarily and come up with better technology, use AI and that kind of thing, because I think there's just too much room for human error.
Yeah.
And that's where all these decisions are going. As a human, like someone has to come along and manually draw the line and where it touches and stuff.
Yeah.
They've got to bring in some kind of AI or some kind of process for that one to make it easier and stuff, and quicker.
Yeah. Are they using AI in the Euros?
I'm not too sure. I think they might be. Yeah.
I've read that. Or is it that Germany uses it? I'm not sure.
I think Germany have trialled it.
Have they?
And I think it was just in certain competitions. I'm not 100% on that, but yeah. It's that would make a lot more sense. As you could see exactly, your kit's mapped out, and the pitch is mapped out into lines, and then it's just like a breach, depending where the limb is or something like that, rather than someone with the equivalent of a ruler and a pen just going down and drawing a line. It was like, right, is his penis interfering with playing?
There's so much room for it. And the thing is as well, you're always going to get this in football. You've got a different referee, a different VAR referee, and there is interpretations and opinions that come into it every week as well.
Yes.
Vary from week to week.
Yeah.
So like you say, I think it's generally positive, isn't it? But it needs to be adapted, I think.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I think it come out the stats the other day that Liverpool lost 1 point, I think, on it. City didn't lose any. Surprise, surprise. But teams like United, I think they lost 3 or gained 3 points because of it or something. So it will always balance its way out. I think people are most against it, not for the decisions more but for the time it takes and how it kills a game completely. And players standing around and stiffening up who are not in that way, but
because the time.
Yeah, because the wait in 10 minutes and stuff.
It's that's the strange one. The time it takes. It takes.
Exactly.
Cool. Right then. Shall we have a quick break and then we will return with, I suppose, the bad and the ugly of the Premier League season?
Yeah. Tell you what, I'd love a break.
Let's have a break.
Ooh.
Juan Carlos. Welcome to Juan Carlos Tapas Restaurant. Juan Carlos. Come to our restaurant, the best tapas restaurant in all of Pablo de Dudley. Juan Carlos. Come, feast upon my Spanish sausage. Juan Carlos. Come, I will show you to your table. Pull out your chair, then seat your wife and sneakily sniff her hair. Juan Carlos. Come, don't take my word for it. Listen to my customers. Juan Carlos. Juan Carlos is a real gentleman. I told him that I was having difficulty eating my fish platter. He then leaned forward and stuck his finger right into my clam. Wonderful. Juan Carlos. So come, be my guest, eat my food, drink my sangria, and then join me in the hot tub after the meal for one final little portion. Hasta luego, Juan Carlos.
Hello, and welcome back.
Hello
to the second part. So obviously we've just been through kind of an overview of the season and the top end of the table, but now we want to have a look at the bottom end, the ugly end of the table.
Yes, the grim bit.
The grim bit, yeah. Who's had a bad season? And I think we've kind of touched on it a little bit in that previous part, but I'm guessing the biggest underachievers, the ugliest team this season would be Man United.
Yeah, I'd say so. Considering their position and stuff, I'd say that they've I don't know. A lot of people blame the manager and stuff, and I just still think they've just got not much for team, just a lot of stars.
Yeah.
And not a team. Like, if you compare it to Leverkusen, I couldn't name on one finger, a star that plays for that team, and they've just completely wiped the German league clean.
Yeah.
Because they are a team and they've got a decent manager and stuff. And whenever I see United play, it still looks like under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It still looks like there's just 11 individuals running around.
Yeah. There's just no familiarity, is there, with the performance? You just don't know what you're going to get. I mean,
no.
Most of the time it's below par performances and mistakes and players seemingly who can't be arsed.
Yeah. Very much like Chelsea in that way, and until the last 6 games of the season. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at United, they finished 3rd last season, so they've gone from 3rd to 8th.
To 8th, yeah.
So a massive backwards step, and that includes them winning the last 2 games as well, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So I think with this, do you think Ten Hag's job's safe if he loses the FA Cup final?
I think it comes down to that, doesn't it? If he wins it, stops the neighbours doing the double, he probably does get to keep his job.
Yeah.
I think if they lose, I think that could be goodbye.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Comes down to that thing, though. We spoke about this before. That who are they going to get in?
That's it. It's like the same with Liverpool. There's just not many top managers about anymore. I don't know why that is, but they're all set in certain clubs or anything. Exactly.
If you look at kind of like, well, Alonso's probably going to go on to bigger and better things. No kind of disrespect to Leverkusen, but he's not going to go United.
No, he's not. He's going to stay there for another season, and then it'll be someone like Barcelona, Real Madrid, or something.
Exactly. Yeah. Obviously, there's no obvious Guardiolas or Klopps about.
No.
And that's the thing, is that City and Liverpool timed their kind of bids to get those managers at the right time.
Sam Allardyce is still about.
Big Sam's still about.
Yeah.
I heard he's looking for work.
Yeah. Including DJing.
including down at the Red Line on a Saturday night. Big Sam's Motown special.
Yeah.
I don't think there's... Obviously, Brighton's manager has been kind of penciled in, perhaps.
Well, he's left Brighton now, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So that could be a potential replacement for him.
Roberto De Zerbi, isn't it? Something like that.
He deserves a better club.
He deserves a better club. I don't think he's got anything else lined up.
No. No, I think he's just told Brighton I won't be continuing.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anyone else who's a star manager who they'd bring in.
Mourinho.
Get Mourinho back. Well, can you go back to that thing, don't you, that they probably shouldn't have sacked Mourinho?
No.
When they did. He just finished 2nd behind a really good City team. I think they won, was it FA Cup, League Cup in Europa League?
Yeah, he's won a lot, and he's a good manager. I just think he upsets too many people. I don't know why. Yeah.
It's a strange one. I think he's available, isn't he? Tuchel.
Oh, yes, Bayern Munich manager. Yeah, he used to be at Chelsea.
So he'd be a half-decent one, but he's one of those, again, you could probably see going after 3 or 4 years if he's not won the league.
Yeah, exactly. Go back to the same old process again, and he did command a team that didn't win the league for the first time in like 12 years or something.
It's not a good stat, is it? Especially with Harry Kane's number of goals.
Yeah, exactly. Harry Kane's just a curse.
He is. He's never going to win anything, is he? Yeah.
No.
I suppose the thing is as well is that whoever... if United were to get a new manager, they've got a lot of clearing out to do.
Yes.
I mean, seriously. There was something in the news of the day, wasn't there, that they basically put the whole squad up for sale.
There's a lot of... There's not enough youth coming through that team at all. I mean, there's a couple of players that's come through that's quite good. The one that scored against us in the FA Cup final, I can't remember his name. But yeah, it's... but there's of a club that was founded in recent years on its youngsters. It's just non-existent.
It is, yeah. Nothing coming through to break ranks, and then just not signing the right players.
No.
And then you get players like Sancho, who they signed and did absolutely appalling. He goes back to Dortmund, and he's just like setting the world on fire.
Well, they could win the Champions League.
Exactly, yeah. He's just playing amazing. So it's like, what on earth's going on?
Yeah. And it just seems, I think shit falls down, doesn't it? And I think that the top, I mean, they brought Ratcliffe in and stuff now, but I think the top's been so corrupt. Not corrupt, sorry, don't sue me. Has not been good for so long.
Yeah.
And it's been mismanaged, and no investment's been made in anything there by the looks of it, even at Carrington, their training ground. Apparently there's been no investment, so yeah.
Do you foresee a future where things will get better? Do you think a club like Man United, similar to Liverpool, like eventually things will turn around? Or
oh yeah, I think so. I think they're too big to fail. They'd have to do it soon, because a lot of the money United gets is from abroad, and it's still built upon their success in living memory. And as the years go by, they're going to go over these people are going to go over to City and stuff. Yeah,
it becomes a point, doesn't it, where you stop being able to sign the best players.
Yes, yeah.
Because you are a has-been kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah, they would probably need someone. They'd need a decent owner and someone to come in and just grab the bull by the horns, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of moving through the rest of the table. For me, there's no one else who's had an absolute shocker.
No, not really. It's pretty. Crystal Palace have played well.
Yeah,
they're another one that have done all right. Forest have done well to survive.
Was it the lowest points total of someone who's stayed up ever?
Yeah, 32. Yeah, it just shows you how poorly Luton and Burnley and Sheffield United have done.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think moving to those bottom three. Any surprises?
No,
absolutely not.
I thought Sheffield might have done a little bit better, but yeah.
It looks so promising for them. Obviously, the promotion and things like that. But yeah, it's. I don't think they've broken any records in terms of points total. That's still held by Derby from all those years ago.
Oh yeah, was it? What was it? 7 or something?
It was. I did have it here. Derby 11 points.
11 points. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah. Sheffield United finished on 16, but only 3 wins all season.
Oh, yeah.
That's it's a pretty hard season. I don't think they didn't win in the last 12 matches.
Yeah. I bet anyone who's got them on the team sheet just put the bib on. It was like lovely.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think they've conceded the most goals in the season. They've got the lowest goal difference, or the highest negative goal difference.
Yeah.
They've conceded on average something like 3 goals a game. I don't know what it is. Not a good season.
Not at all. What about teams coming up then?
Teams coming up. So obviously we've got the runaway leaders, Leicester.
Yeah, 97 points.
97 points, yeah. For a while, actually, in the middle of the season, they had a bit of a slump in form.
Yeah.
So they did well to kind of pick that back up.
Oh, yeah, they lost 11.
Yeah, they in the middle part of the season. Yeah, I mean, look at Ipswich. They were 1 point off it, but they only lost 6.
12 draws, though. That's what's done for them.
Exactly, yeah. But no surprises. Leicester have come straight back up. We spoke about this before, but more and more you're seeing teams bounce back, kind of season number 1.
Yeah, it's something to do with the parachute payments, isn't it?
It's all that money, yeah. And Leicester have got a double bubble because they'd have been in the Premier. I think you get more if you can stay up for that first season when you're back in the Premiership.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so you might get 90 million if you come straight back down, but that turns into 150 million if you can just stay up for 2 seasons, basically.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, Ipswich Town as well. I haven't seen them in the Premier League since I think it was 95, 96 sticker book.
Exactly, yeah, and they've also done back-to-back promotions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Swindon and Town were in there as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I wonder if they could. Oh no, that different. I remember Forest. They had back-to-back promotions and then won the league, didn't they, or something?
Yes, they did. Yeah.
Obviously, Ipswich Town not going to win the league next year.
No. Well, you never know. We've got Leeds and Southampton who are in the playoff finals as well this weekend.
Yeah, only 3 points separating them in their league season.
Who do you think is going to go up at them?
I think it'll probably be Leeds.
Yeah.
Obviously, as a Sheffield resident, I hope it's Southampton. I think it'll be Leeds.
8 Leeds.
Okay, Leeds. But once again, Leeds. It's bounced back first season. Southampton went down last year as well, didn't they? I think
they did. Yeah.
So you basically got those 3 teams that went down are in the top 4.
Yeah, and there's a chance that 2 of them at least will go back up.
So 2 of the 3 are definitely coming back up. Yeah, so you're going to see that more and more. I suppose just then quickly flip into the Premier League then of Sheffield United, Burnley, and Luton. Do you see all 3 of them, or 1, 2 of them coming straight back up?
I'd say probably 2.
I'd definitely say Burnley.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Sheffield United because they've done so poorly, but I would say Burnley most likely would bounce back up.
Exactly, yeah.
And possibly Luton Town. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Got a taste for it now.
Exactly, yeah. The averages will say that 2 of the 3 are going to come straight back up.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting season next season.
Yes, that is. And in terms of the Championship that went down, no surprises, no massive surprises really. You're another Sheffield team, Sheffield Wednesday, they managed to stay up just.
Yeah, quite a really unbelievable second half of the season for them.
I can see. 1 draw, 1.
Yeah. They didn't get a win in the first 12 games.
Yeah.
The lowest points total at Christmas in the Championship. Yeah. And then they were in the bottom 3 for the 43-44 games, was it?
Oh, right, yeah.
And then they managed to stay up at the end. So they went on some run to kind of... I think they had kind of like top 6 form, from the second half of the season.
Yeah. And another team near you, Rotherham United, is that near you?
Yeah, it's down the road. Yeah, they've had a poor season.
Yeah, they've been relegated. Is that who the Chuckle Brothers supported?
It's the Chuckle Brothers, yeah.
Yeah, that was it, yeah.
Crew played Rotherham away in the FA Cup. This is probably 15 years ago, and the Chuckle Brothers did a lap of honour at half-time.
Awesome. So, I bet that was a highlight, wasn't it?
It was a great highlight.
Bet you thought I don't get this at Goodison.
Exactly, yeah. And Crew won 4-2 as well, so it was the perfect day, it was. Yeah.
Brilliant. Have a quick rundown of the other ones. League One, Portsmouth and Derby are going up to the Championship.
Yeah.
And who won the other one? The other place?
It's the Oxford won the playoff final.
That's it. Yeah. So the Swats are going up. Yeah.
The Swats. Yeah.
And in League One as well, going down is Port Vale. Port Vale.
Yeah.
Along with Carlisle United, Fleetwood Town and Cheltenham Town.
Yeah.
And then in League 2, poor Crew.
I know, yeah, playoff final defeat, yeah.
Did you go?
I didn't go, no.
Good job.
That's probably why we lost, because I got 3 out of 3 at Wembley.
Your lucky mascot.
Yeah, I was a lucky mascot, yeah, so I couldn't make it. The reason being is that we had such a poor second half of the season.
Yeah.
I thought there's no point in kind of reserving time for playoff finals.
Nah.
So yeah, Crawley deserved it. Fair play to them. I think if we can get 2 or 3 players, I fancy us for top 3 next season.
Yeah, I think you've got a lot of good young players coming through, haven't you? So
yeah,
it could be that.
We need to be able to keep the team at 2 or 3. And the thing as well in that league, Stockport and Wrexham in particular.
Yeah.
Also, we know about Wrexham's kind of fortunes and the big money they've got. But Stockport as well, they've got championship level budgets.
Yes.
In Mansfield as well, they've got an owner who's invested millions into that club as well.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have those kind of 3 teams in the league next year who can just buy success quite easily.
So you reckon it'll be a bit more of an open door? I mean, the ones coming down, yeah, you might have a bit more of a chance against them. Yeah,
exactly. They're going to be comparable in size and budget, or a lot closer than those 3. I fancy us next year. If we can keep the players now 2 or 3, I fancy us for a top 3 finish next year. Yeah,
I think Wrexham are just going to keep going by the looks of it.
Exactly. Yeah, they've already got the budget for the Championship, so
yeah,
there's no reason that they won't be able to blitz League One, to be honest.
No, fair enough.
So there you go.
Yeah. Shall we have another break?
Let's have another break before the final part.
Weird news.
Hello and welcome back to the final part of the podcast.
Welcome back.
This is probably the part of the show that everyone's tuned in for and is fast forwarded to.
Yeah.
Just to say, actually, if you're managing to kind of go through the first 40 minutes of the podcast, please, well done, thank you. But please like, subscribe, follow, download, all that kind of stuff. It helps us out massively.
Exactly. Give us the thumbs up.
Give us the thumbs up, not the thumbs down.
No, give us the good thumbing.
Give us a good thumbs up. For our regular listeners, you will know that the final part is dedicated to weird news. Basically anything that's not football.
Yeah, pretty much. If you're a new listener, basically me and James have a sick sense of humour, so it's we kind of like weird news stories. Not tragic, not like ridiculously tragic, like or anything. A little bit tragic. We'll let it go and stuff. But yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
not too bad.
Yeah.
So and we always like strange stories and stuff.
Yeah. So please, if you hear any weird news, get in touch.
Something where Carl Pilkington would go, bit weird, isn't it?
Bit weird, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if Carl thinks it's weird, tick.
Yeah,
we'll use it. I'll do the theme tune.
Please.
Weird news. And
I've missed that. I've missed that.
It's been nearly 2 years. Yeah. I'll sit back and listen to what weird news you got, mate.
Yeah. What I want to do is I want to play a little game with you.
Oh.
I've got 4 weird news stories, and one of them is a fake that I've made up when I've been thinking.
4 weird news stories.
4 weird news stories. One of them's a fake.
And the thing is, our listeners will know that a lot of the weird news that we put out there, it seems like we've made it up, but we haven't. It's genuinely out there, so this could be quite difficult.
Okay, as per usual, I'm going to start with the headlines first. So I'll get started with the first one. Okay. It's in the Daily Mail. It might be one that you've seen already, but it's funny. So I'll go with the headline. Excited stargazers trek through the streets to get a good view of the Northern Lights after seeing a purple haze in the sky, only to find it was a Premier Inn.
Yeah.
So if you remember last weekend in mid-May, we had actually able to see the Northern Lights.
It was lovely.
In the UK. Did you see them?
I did. I've got some good pictures. I was actually camping in the garden with my eldest son.
Were you? Oh, yeah. Brilliant.
So about 11 o'clock he said, Daddy, I need a poo.
Yeah.
So we were going back into the house and lo and behold, the sky was green and purple, yeah.
You didn't dig him a hole then?
No, we were outside at the bottom of the garden, but the poos were strictly inside, yeah.
Yeah, never sunbathe on the grass at the bottom of your garden.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. So this one was, throughout the UK, people were left spellbound. And a TikTok user called, I don't think I can say that actually, but it starts for P, extensively filmed herself and a friend walking through the streets of Norwich after spotting and telling people illuminations in the sky. The duo were clearly thrilled at the prospect of seeing the famous Aurora Borealis.
Good pronunciation, I like it.
Yeah, you have to get your lips around it. Which was viable for UK, thanks to extreme and rare geomagnetic storm. But they were soon met with disappointment as they realised the lights in the distance were actually the signature purple glow of the nearby Premier Inn.
I think it was Friday or Saturday night, wasn't it, as well?
It does, yeah.
Northern Lights. So they probably had a few shandies, I'm guessing.
Yeah, someone else commented on the same post and said, same thing happened to me with Asda.
Of course, yeah.
Which is nice to know that they're not alone.
Yes, yeah. They're not the only ones yet.
Okay, next news story is from the Mirror. And it's so the headline is 37 stone dad told to buy 2 plane tickets, ends up with one in row 17 and row 19.
Oh. Right.
So it is one of many everyday frustrations facing the 43-year-old who struggles with his weight. Began with an industrial accident. All right, we're not laughing at that. When he flew to Ireland, he had to pay for 2 seats because he weighed 37 stone. Unfortunately, the airline's policy on carrying people over 20 stone don't ensure a smooth ride. So, and then he only discovered then that the seats weren't actually next to each other.
Wow.
When he finally got back to the plane with one seat in the aisle seat and the others was by the window and 3 seats back. So you can imagine him trying to stretch his leg over those three rows, trying to go right to the back, to the front to the back.
Wow.
Les, who says his days of eating 16-inch pizzas in by himself are behind him, and his diet battles were seen on Wales Tonight, Clinic's ITV last night. Yeah, so hope you get better, mate, but it's still quite funny that they thought they would be able to sell you those 2 seats.
Yeah, I mean, that news story's just never going to take off, is it?
No.
Tell you
no.
what, why didn't you have a chat to the stewardesses and try and wing it?
It was plain to see. Yeah. Well, I hope you feel better, Les.
Yeah. Good luck, lad.
Next one.
Go for it.
Birmingham man's... Oh no, I've clicked off the link. There we go. Birmingham man's never-ending shaving foam finally runs out. So this is a man in Shoreditch. Basically, he bought he bought shaving foam, a gas-filled shaving foam, and he said that he's basically been using the same one for 2 years, and he does actually shave every day. He said he thought it was some kind of the divine providence because he bought it next to a church, and he thought it was some kind of miracle that basically this thing never run out. But unfortunately, 2 weeks ago, it actually finally ran out for the last time. So,
Wow.
Commiserations to him for that one.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's in the Metro.
So what's he just going to just grow a beard now, or is he
I think he's going to go try and find another one.
another kind of another?
We'll go back to the shop next to the church.
Yeah, could do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
It's yeah. If he does find another one, I'm sure it'll be a close shave.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because this brand seems like it was a cut above the rest. So.
Yeah, I just stumbled upon this article. Last one. This one's from the BBC, so it's a bit prim and proper. So, Yorkshire police apologies over man's genital description and appeal. Police have apologised for providing too much detail in a description of a man who performed a sex act in front of a woman in York. The North Yorkshire Force said it was looking for a fat, naked man and described his sexual organs explicitly after the incident on Sunday afternoon.
Wow.
It said the appeal had caused upset to a number of people, and it was an incorrectly worded version. So, on the descriptions, he said the man had a small penis and his testicles hung noticeably low. The suspect is described as white, very pale complexion, aged 35 to 45, 5'10" tall, with a fat build, small cock, and low-hanging fruit. So, if anyone in the York area has seen that, I love that people were upset of the fatism rather than someone performing a sexual act with.
Oh, this is where it's gone mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In front of a woman. That poor woman, has not asked to be there, and he's come up and performed a J. Arthur rank right in front of her. And it's the police force that's the bad guys, basically.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Please catch this absolute loon, but don't call him fat.
No, don't call him down. Don't take the mick out of his penis.
Yeah, come on.
And his low-hanging balls. I wonder if you can do keep-ups with him.
Did they do one of those e-fits, where they do a drawing?
They haven't, no, but I think they should have done some for the naval area, I reckon.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think, yeah.
It's going to be a bit dodgy, isn't it? A bit weird when they're trying to get them in a lineup.
Yes, it'd be like, okay.
Can you recognise the offender from...
If all the gentlemen lined up, please drop the trousers.
Bit like, what's that programme on Channel 4? Naked Attraction?
Yeah, it'd be a bit like that. Just reveal the feet first, and then and then go up to the legs, and there's his J. Arthur Thomas. And then, could you please simulate a masturbation phase for us?
Yeah.
Number 5's balls are really low.
Yeah, but don't call him fat.
Don't call him fat. Yeah, if they take the screen up to just below the belly where they can see the penis, then that might help them.
No offence caused then.
No offence caused. Nothing given, nothing gained.
No humiliation, nothing.
No.
But
if they were to do a photo fit, I'm sure it'd be a P fit.
Right, so that's your 4 stories, is it?
That's my 4 stories. One of them's fake. I think you probably guessed which one it was.
It's 3 or 4. I'm going to go with 4, the last one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, that's true.
Is it?
It's free, the shaving foam one.
Is it?
Yeah.
I just thought, because you said it was on the BBC, that they surely didn't put a news story up about that.
No, they did, yep.
Wow.
I can send you the links, yeah. Yeah, no, we're free. And it was on the 20th. It was actually a while ago. It was the 20th of November 2018. So.
Wow.
There you go.
So that's a true story, but not just a recent one.
No, that's not a recent. Hopefully, since then, what we're talking 6 years, hopefully he's been caught.
Yeah, we'll have to try and find out how he's doing with his shaving foam.
Yeah, exactly. And hope the police have give it the ball. So the shaving foam one is a fake.
Yeah.
The low-hanging fruit is not a fake.
It's not a fake. So there you go, everybody.
There you go, everybody. Learn something every day.
Yeah, that was really good. Weird
Enjoy
news never fails to... I don't know what the word is.
Surprise.
Surprise, there we go.
It's usually abroad, though. There's quite a lot of them in the UK. It's usually abroad where we find most of our weird news, isn't it? Like the famous one of the croissant in the tree that someone in Poland thought was some kind of worm. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, Russian woman marries a briefcase.
Yeah.
To
name but a few.
To name but a few. Yeah. So no, that was brilliant. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I suppose we're going to sign off for another month.
Yes, that's us done.
We'll probably be back with our Euro special.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back with our Premier League predictions, which are always highly accurate.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. I think City might win it.
I fancy Ipswich.
Yeah, maybe. Town versus City. Yeah, who will win?
Who will win, Town versus City, yeah. So yeah, we will be back in a month's time. As we said at the start of this part, please like, subscribe, follow, download, whatever it is you need to do, but it'll help us out. Thank you.
If you're listening in South Africa, you need to lick it.
You need to lick it.
Please lick it.
And we'll see everybody in a month's time.
See you later.
See you. Bye.
Bye. Tschüss.